There were a few things that caught me by surprise when I moved to Nanaimo. Stay tuned because I'm about to give you a heads up on 5 things I wish I knew before moving to Nanaimo. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Rita, and I help people relocate in and around Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. If you've been here before and you like the topics that I cover, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss one of my weekly videos. So in this video, I'm going to share my top 5 things that I wish I knew before moving to Nanaimo. Now, these aren't necessarily bad or good or in any particular order, just things that kind of caught me by surprise. So it became pretty obvious very quickly that we weren't the only ones with the bright idea to ditch the mainland and move to Vancouver Island. Population growth on Vancouver Island has been steady since the 80s, with a 10.3% population increase between 2016 and 2021. According to Czech News, Nanaimo saw the second largest population increase between July 2020 and July of 2021, which is when we decided to move here, with a growth of 1,177 people, with 1,116 of those people migrating from elsewhere in the province. The regional district of Nanaimo, which includes cities like Nanaimo, Lanceville, Parksville, and Qualicum Beach, is predicted to see an increase of 12,025 people by the year of 2026. The largest growth is also predicted to be in the early working years category, which are the ages of 25 to 44. We definitely noticed an increase in families moving the same year we did, as it was a squeeze to get Simon into his school catchment, and classes took a little bit longer to be established that year. If you'd like to know more about the process of relocating here, feel free to contact me directly or check out some of my other videos on this topic. Because of its generally warmer climate, many people experiencing homelessness come to BC, particularly Vancouver and Vancouver Island. The homeless population increased in 2020, with about 433 to 600 unsheltered people, which at minimum is a 29% increase from 2018, and current numbers are on the rise. A Nanaimo bylaw states that a person experiencing homelessness can sleep in city parks from 7 p.m. to 9 a.m. the following day. According to the City of Nanaimo website, these shelters have to be completely dismantled by 9 a.m. the next day, and there are a list of parks that are prohibited for overnight use. These more open-spaced parks, mainly downtown, were deemed to be busier with tourism and events, and could potentially cause conflicts with park users. Victoria has a similar bylaw, but there, shelters must be removed by 7 a.m. Okay, so this one drives me crazy, but elementary schools here are let out by about 2 p.m. District 68, which is Nanaimo Ladysmith, have an end bell as early as 2:06 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., which is the case at my son's school. The latest an elementary school is let out is by 2:25 p.m., which to me is way too early. In Vancouver and growing up in Nova Scotia, I seem to recall the school bell going off at around 3 p.m. So even though it's not that big of a time difference, 2 p.m. just feels way too in the middle of the workday for me. And I'm sure I can't be the only person who's moved here and has been surprised and a little annoyed by this. The Nanaimo Parkway. It has a very interesting design with many sets of traffic lights throughout the stretch of the city. And by interesting, I mean super annoying. The highway is known to locals as the New Highway, even though it was completed in 2001. With the population on the rise, accidents are already significantly higher than anywhere in the province, and there have been numerous recommendations to change its design. So far, none have been approved. So part of me is grateful for this highway, as Vancouver is the only major North American city without an inner city freeway. And they do have traffic light warning systems, giving you enough time to slow down and make the appropriate lane change if you need to make an exit. So this last topic may or may not interest you, but Nanaimo adopted a new bylaw in September of 2021 called the Animal Responsibility Bylaw. So this bylaw is basically changes to bylaws that pre-existed for animals, and cats were a big subject of this one, as they're now required to have identification and be sterilized when let outside. They're also no longer allowed to roam at large or on another person's property, which if you own a cat pretty much just means they'll have to be leashed if they're allowed outdoors. So hopefully none of these were deal breakers for you, and I've given you a bit of a heads up on what to expect before you move to Nanaimo. And again, if you have any questions about relocating here, please feel free to ask me directly in the comments below or send me a message by visiting my website, ritafraser.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.